I'm so in love with you.
Hey everybody, today I'm with Crazy Christian.
And I'm with the Baldadonis.
Yeah, baby, woo! Hey everybody, today I'm with Crazy Christian, and Crazy Christian has a pretty good story to tell.
Okay.
So what we get going on today, bud?
Okay, in 1990, late summer, I think it was like August or September, I was really into Marilyn Monroe. I was reading the books, you know, I was a young 20-year-old boy. I was kind of foolish and kind of got swept up in the whole Marilyn Monroe.
Conspiracy?
No, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, since that's basically what it's about, I guess, right? I was led to believe by many books that I had read and TV programs and documentaries and such that the Kennedys were somehow involved in Marilyn Monroe's death. That's John F. Kennedy and the brother Robert F. Kennedy. Not Robert, whatever the hell, Kennedy. Both of them that caught bullets in the head. Anyway, so I decided to make a stencil out of cardboard, drunk, by the way, with some friends on a Friday night, Saturday night. I stenciled murderer and bought some red spray paint. And, you know, I cut out the murderer out of the cardboard and we went to the State House in Boston in a Camaro, like a 74 Camaro. We looked freaking cool, man, but we were all freaking bottles and Jamesed out. Wine coolers.
Oh, you were?
That was,
well, signed your name?
I called. I forget if it was 911 or the Capitol Police.
Did you really?
In Boston. I called and said, hey, something about your statue, go look at it, whatever. I said, I don't know why. I don't know why.
Because you were drunk.
Yeah, it was worse enough that I did it, never mind making a phone call, taking a step further. But,
Well, you just said you were drunk.
well, I was drunk, but I mean, it was a good 45 minutes later that we made the phone call.
Okay.
It was kind of a little too much, you know? Foolish, man. That's part of the crazy part, I guess, you know, because, you know, I'm freaking nuts. Anyway, so I don't know. What would you like to know, Mike?
Everything else. So what happened?
Oh, all right. So, yeah.
You made the phone call.
I make the phone call, go to bed, everything's fine. Wake up, I think the next day was Sunday. Nothing really came down. And then Monday morning, boom! Inside the Boston Herald and the Globe, like within the first couple pages. Big picture of a statue with what I did to it. And so now I'm driving around in my Firebird, I had a 78 Firebird, and everywhere I went I was scared shit, looking in my rearview mirror thinking they would come and get me. Oh my God, I'm in trouble. It's on the news, it's on CNN. I've come to find out, and I don't know if I made it overseas, but I'll get to that later. But my buddy's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. My friend Marie, she's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get arrested. So I was nervous for a day or two, and I don't remember how much longer before they came to my work where I worked at a big warehouse environment. I worked at a mailing place, so there was like 100 employees, maybe more, probably. Mostly, you know, people that don't mind making $17.99 an hour.
Oh, well, that was...
No, I'm sorry, $7.99 an hour. I didn't.
I was gonna say, damn. That's
Yeah,
pretty-
no,
pretty
it
years ago.
was 1990, so I was basically making a joke about how much they make, I guess, is what I was doing, Mike. So let's just say they were making $7 an hour and for the rest of their lives.
Let's go.
And I decided to go to a sidetrack there, Mike. And I told one person in that establishment where I worked at a mailing place in Everett, Massachusetts, basically 3 houses over from where I lived. It literally was like a short walk. So, so I told one kid. The next day, other people knew in work, and I'm scared shit now. I'm walking like on thin ice. I'm afraid of everything. And all of a sudden, I get called to the conference center in this building, which is on the second floor. I go up to the second floor, and there's the Capitol Police, and my bosses foremans and stuff. And of course, I'm nervous as hell. They make me read this thing, which is what I said on the phone. They make me read it. And then they looked around at each other and they said, I'm pretty confident we got a guy. Christian, you want to tell us what you did? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, no. And then I voluntarily said, I only live a few houses over. And, I don't know how it came out of the conversation. And then they said, oh, do you mind if we take a walk over there with you? And I didn't say nothing about a warrant or anything because I basically invited them at that point, right? So they come over, they come down into my bedroom. And there's a Marilyn Monroe poster hanging up. And there's another one, and some rock and roll posters. And then, lo and behold, there's the articles from the paper of the days prior.
Yeah, so what?
Oh, man.
So what?
The articles of...
Yeah, so?
Why did I rip them out of the paper?
You were interested.
That interested. But anyway.
So that's what they got you on?
No, they grilled me for about 20 minutes in my bedroom. And the guy basically said... They were really nice to me. They weren't like rude or like forceful. But the guy was like, I'm going on vacation with my wife and kids tomorrow morning. But if I don't bring you in... or make an arrest, I'm not going anywhere. And I felt really bad about that, because I have a heart. No, really, that's what he said. That's no lie. Right. So then I said, all right, fine, you got me, blah, 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 blah.
Wow, that was easy.
Next thing I know, well, no, I was in their company for at least an hour at that point.
Did they have any videotape of you doing that?
No.
Did they have anything besides rumors that you did it?
No.
So you just told them you did it?
Well, yeah, because I did do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was lying.
But they had nothing.
Other than I told one person at work.
So that's a rumor.
True that. But I mean, you walk in my bedroom, you would have been like, what the dealio?
There's nothing there that says that you did
True,
that.
Mike. True. So that's a good point, and I've never been confronted with this information, Michael. I appreciate you calling me out.
You know what I mean? So, lesson be learned. Do not say anything to the police.
Yeah, don't incriminate yourself.
Nothing.
No. So then... you want me to tell the whole story?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So then, they're nice to me. So we get in the car. They're being nice. They're not assholes. They're not forceful cops because they're, what do they have to watch? The Capitol House in Boston. That's like it. But it's a big crime because it's federal property. Blah blah blah. It's not like getting arrested in your hometown. So they take me there to the Capitol Police Station, which was like a little box, maybe 2 offices underneath the State House. Like the governor's upstairs and I'm downstairs. So they don't even handcuff me because I'm not dangerous. And we get there, we pull in, and because they already said we got them and we're on our way to their chief or whoever, there were news people there. Probably at least 3 or 4 news stations were there and some photographers. It's no exaggeration. Not many, but there was at least 3 cameras, video cameras, TV station cameras, and a few photographers, maybe more than a few, but... And flash, and they're like, oh my God. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I put my head down and walked in. There's a picture out there that exists of me with walking in with my long hair flowing.
I will try to find that and try to post something.
I might have the picture on my Facebook. I can send it to you.
Okay. Try to do something. And it's in the AP.
You could Google my name, Christian Driscoll, and you'll somewhere find it, maybe add statue or something like that, and you'll see it out there.
I'll add everything up. But what else went on? You said you...
Okay, so now I'm in this little room, their office, and I can see, so we walk by all the cameramen. We go into this office, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Why do people care? And next thing I know, and now I'm finding out that it's a bigger crime than I thought, and then all of a sudden I can see underneath the door, like a lot of lights and people talking and knocking and the occasional, can we have a word with him and all that stuff. That were news people, and obviously that didn't go down. They never took me out of the room and put me in a cell. I just basically sat at the dude's desk, and they actually got me McDonald's, if I remember correctly. And I probably was in custody about 2.5, 3 hours. They had me talk to a psychiatrist, someone at the State House or whatever. They fingerprinted me, all that shit, I believe. And, the offenses were read to me what the hell was going down, and I was like, oh my God. And then, because this Kennedy's in the building, I believe it was like maybe Ted Kennedy or maybe one of the smaller, because the Kennedy family is all through Massachusetts government, right? Yeah. So there was a Kennedy in the building, and they asked me if it was okay if he comes down, and I was like, no way, no, because now I'm upset. I'm like, probably near tears, being a 20-year-old kid, 21 years old. So I was totally embarrassed at this point, and I declined, and they said, okay, no problem. So that didn't happen. But they read me some message from him, and it his mother is blah, 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 meaning Rose, right? Or whatever the name was. And I was like, oh, really worried about it. And I felt bad that I embarrassed the family, even though I just got cut up, whatever.
Okay.
All right.
So if anything happened, did you actually have to, was there a fine you had to pay? Was it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so let me just tell when I leave a couple hours later when I get bailed out, I had a hard time finding someone right away. So I wound up asking a girl that I had dated that was in my life that summer. And she was a punk rock girl with a short blonde hair, like as short as mine is right now or whatever. And kind of had a little Marilyn vibe going on. And she bailed me out. So that was great because when I did get bailed out, there was like maybe 1 or 2 cameras left at that point. And they kind of like chased us to her car. So we actually had to put on some...
No kidding.
Yeah. And it didn't last long. I mean, they gave up once we turned the corner and, you know what I mean? It's not like they chased me like freaking Princess Diana or something, but yeah.
All right, so what else? Did you have any fines?
Okay, yes, so I had a $7,000 fine.
Did you really?
Yep. And, well, to pay for the statue, to get taken down and sent back to New York City, or New York, wherever it was carved. But they took it down, sent it back, and like, then I find out how much it was gonna cost, and then they were like, well, we're gonna get the exact price, you know, blah, 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 we'll let you know how much it's gonna cost when it's back, and it's back mounted. So like a year or two go by, and I said to my grandmother, I said, no, I haven't heard anything of you. No, I haven't. And, let me just add that I was very, very upset the way my grandmother and my mother, and basically my family was embarrassed because, you know, it's kind of stupid. I made the news. I made CNN for crying out loud, and the cover of the paper, every paper. But anyway, so so they couldn't figure out. I had my grandmother call, and they could not figure out how much the exact price was, and they were just like, "Well, wipe it clean or whatever."
Oh, cool.
But then I find out years later that my grandmother had a connection, and she was able to hush it, and that's how that went down. Not 100% sure if that's true, but yeah. So I didn't pay zero.
Right.
2.5 years.
Probation?
I had probation, and then a 6-month, I think, not where they lock you up, suspended sentence.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said the news called you for, not the news, but you said you had somebody from England call you.
Yep. Man, it must have been at least 2 or 3 years later. I get a phone call from someone in England. So I call them back. I mean, I answer the phone, and it's some woman telling me that they want to fly me out to England to be on a talk show about the Kennedy family in the States. And I was like, oh man, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And then of course, I told them I'd call them back with my decision. And I decided not to go because I told my mother, and she was like, oh, you're gonna bring us through the ringer again? And I decided not to because I didn't want to embarrass myself. But it would have been fun to go all the way over there. But I didn't know what the premise of the story was, whether or not they were going to bash me, or maybe it was a Kennedy bashing show, and I really don't want to be part of that either. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. But I had a friend. The reason why I know it was on CNN because obviously I didn't see it. But a buddy of mine from California, that when he was out there, a musician, had called me and said, "Dude," like 2 days later after this event happened, "Dude, did I just see you on CNN?" "Oh yeah, Tony, you did. What did you do? Tell me the story." So I was on CNN, which at the time was in its infancy on cable because this is 1990. So, yeah.
Are we done?
Well, I don't know, Michael. What other questions would you like to know?
That's it. You got yourself out of trouble,
Out of trouble.
but you were embarrassed. You embarrassed your family.
Embarrassed my family a lot, and that was the worst part of it, really. And I hurt in the Kennedy family, who I really don't know. You know, I don't really think they're great people. I don't idolize them or anything, but I embarrassed my family and hurt somebody else's. So kind of foolish.
All right, so lesson learned,
Let
right?
that be a lesson to you. Don't drink bottles and James, because if you drink bottles and James, you're gonna go crazy.
All right, guys. So, excellent little life lesson.
Little life lesson, but also a little into the mind of Christian Driscoll.
Yep, we can see these totally messed up. So, until the next video, everybody. Baldadonis out.